Welcome to Digital Innovators. I'm going to give you a bit of an overview of the programme so you can get an idea what it is you've let yourselves in for. Digital Innovators has a very specific theme that we try and get through to our students, and that is around building confidence and self-belief. So one of the things that we really want to work on in Digital Innovators is to give you the confidence and the self-belief that you could stand up and talk to anybody. So if I was to give you an idea of how the course works, the idea is that we specifically look for employers who have a need, and then we take you along to those employers and we get you to work on a project with them. That project lasts about 8 weeks, but it wouldn't be very good, would it, if we just suddenly decided to just send you out there for 8 weeks and let you loose with an employer.
Yeah, I'd be nervous if there wasn't anything beforehand.
And who wouldn't be?
Yeah.
Yeah. I may appear to you to be a very confident person, but I might be hiding something from you that you can't see. Okay, and I've learned how to manage that. And those little insights and those little tools that we want to teach you, okay, before you go for your project. So for the first 3 weeks of joining the Innovators programme, you'll be learning skills. Skills that include things like communication, how do you stand up and present yourself, how do you actually solve problems, what are your negotiation skills like, can you hold your own in a negotiation? Do you think, Hannah, could you hold your own in a negotiation?
I don't have a lot of experience in negotiation.
No. And there is a really important point. How many of you looked at a job and it says experience required? All the time, yeah? And when you're so young, and you're all very young compared to myself, okay, it must be quite scary to look at a job application and go, experience required, and yet you can't get that experience. So one of the key things that we try and bring here in Digital Innovators is exposure to industry professionals like myself and the team and people that we bring in, so that you can get that experience of working with industry professionals and able to translate that into experience that you can put into your CV. How does that sound?
Sounds great.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Yeah, sign you up now, right? In order to do that though, we need you to actually produce something, okay? So a project isn't some sort of aspirational thing. A project is a very real, tangible piece of work that the employer needs. Now this is really important because that means that you're signing up to doing something for an employer, and if you let them down, they're not going to be very happy and you won't have any evidence to put onto your CV at the end of the programme. That might sound a bit scary to start with, but actually it gives you that real tangible experience to talk about. We can guarantee you're not going to come into a room and stand in front of a board like this or sit in front of a board like this for 8 hours a day. We may spend 15, 20 minutes giving you some ideas or some skills, but we'll want you to actually apply them to the project, and we'll come and watch you doing that in the project itself. When you're working in a project, you're not on your own. That's really important as well, okay? We want you to work in teams, we want you to work as groups, and the reason for that is so you can actually learn how other people work and how you need to adapt your style to their style, okay? A team is typically 5 students. It can be as low as 3, it can be as many as 10. It just depends on the type of project that we've got, okay? But I can't emphasise enough, it's very practical and working directly with employers. Of course, one of the things that you don't know, and we don't know, is what you're actually capable of. How are we going to decide what you're capable of? So what's your career plan?
I'm a bit unsure myself. I wanted to go into IT, but now I'm sort of a bit lost.
Lost is a word I hear a lot. Okay, so why are you lost?
Well, I think I just took IT because I was good at it, not that I necessarily wanted to do it.
Right, and that's very, very important, because I think quite often young people, there's lots of things, lots of pressures put on you, both in your home life, what your parents expect of you, what your peers expect of you, what the school expects of you, And it can be quite scary and quite confusing, right? I would say the most important thing is do what you're good at, do what you enjoy, because you're going to be doing it for a long time. Okay, so if creative is what you're about, Bronia, then let's look at how we can bring that creative out of you and demonstrate it to an employer. We have a very clever technique of doing that. It's called Career Fit. It's a piece of psychometric analysis that enables us to look at your skills that you may not even know that you have. You may think that you know what your skills are, but there may be skills that have not even been tapped into yet. And so we do a brief assessment that you'll fill in, and that assessment gives us some pointers that we share with you, and it gives us the skills, shows the skills that you may have that employers are looking for. They're linked directly to employers. And when we choose your project, we make sure that those skills and your skills specifically are aligned to the needs of the project, because that's going to help you shine and stand out from the crowd. And most of all, we'll offer you help and guidance along the way. It's really important to us that you're ready and supported when you get out into that workplace. Okay? And so there'll be mentors available to you, there'll be additional tools available to you to pull upon and resources to pull upon, so that when you go out there, you really will stand out from the crowd. And that's what we want you to do, to be able to stand out with the crowd, have that confidence, use those skills that you've been able to demonstrate, and most of all, have a bit of fun along the way.